We're already a month into the fantasy season. Hopefully, you're sitting in a good spot, but if not, hey, I'm here for you. Today, we're going through our key start sit decisions for week number 4. Now, before we get into the recap of last week, if you have any questions about your lineup or you just want a second opinion, I'm here. Go in the comment section, drop that question, and together we can figure out what the best option is. Now, here's the recap of last week, as we can't get away from 4-2. We missed on Atlanta's defense as they got blown out. We missed on Judkins against that stacked Green Bay defense, but Jordan Mason, top 5 running back on the week. Doomsday, Juwan Johnson stayed hot, and Jared Goff, of course, struggles outdoors. Now, my favorite start of the week is a guy that I'm actively trying to trade for in every one of my fantasy leagues. TreVeyon Henderson, the talented rookie out of Ohio State, now is catapulted into a starting position, presumably, in this New England offense. Last week, Rhamondre and Antonio Gibson kind of fumbled their opportunities away, quite literally. Rhamondre had 2 fumbles. Gibson had a fumble on the drive after. Rhamondre had one. And that opened up the door for Rhamondre to get a lot of opportunities late in that game last week for New England. Now, here are the numbers on your screen. For the last 3 drives, post all those fumbles. You can see there's a clear difference. TreVeyon Henderson had the most snaps, carries, routes run, and targets from Drake May from this backfield in New England. That tells me that this is now TreVeyon's backfield to lose. He's playing Carolina this week. They're a bottom 7 run defense, and I don't think Carolina is what they were, what they showed last week. I think they're more so of what we've known in the last couple of years. So I think New England at home, favorable matchup. TreVeyon can have his breakout young star performance in this one. We're going to start him. Now, another guy I want to highlight is Dak Prescott, a guy that is no doubt going to throw 40 to 50 times a game with or without his best option in CeeDee Lamb. But that is also a problem. This week he's at home, but he's playing a team that has revenge on their mind, led by Micah Parsons, who of course got traded from Dallas to Green Bay. Green Bay's in town. They're trying to take down Dallas and dismantle them on Micah's former home turf. For Dak Prescott, he doesn't have his best receiver in CeeDee Lamb, and he didn't really look the same when CeeDee got hurt last week. There's no Tyler Booker, which is one of the best offensive linemen for Dallas there in the interior. You're playing a top 5 defense with a lot of your offensive stars missing. It's just not a recipe for success for this Dallas offense. Now, can Dak Prescott prove me wrong? Throw 50 times and find 2 of those to get in the end zone? Absolutely, but I don't think that's going to lead to enough fantasy production where we're satisfied. So despite being home, we're going to sit Dak Prescott and go pick up a different quarterback. But here is the tale of the tape. A lot of names that we're not sure about, and I try not to do any layups. I think the biggest layup here would be Keenan Allen. Regardless, TreVeyon Henderson, Ricky Pearsall, now that Brock Purdy is back in the mix, Keenan Allen, and yes, Hunter Henry. So 2 New England Patriots I love this week against that terrible young Carolina defense. The sits of the week, we have Dak Prescott and Mr. T. Higgins, who's just not the same when Joe Burrow is not his quarterback, which is weird because last year it was heavily in the favor of T. Higgins when Jake Browning was the quarterback. This year doesn't really look like that is the case. But if you have any questions about your lineup or you just want a second opinion, please drop those down below. I will get back to every single one before kickoff on Sunday.